Happy Hump Day. We are back to the grind and we got a huge show for you today. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back, baby. That's right. The holiday weekend is over. Hope everyone had a great Christmas with their family and loved ones. Only 5 days left in the year 2023. And one thing I just realized, and maybe I'm late to the party, the last day of this year will be 123 123. That's right, 12/31/23. That's mind boggling to me. But speaking of that, I will have some dad jokes here in just a little bit. But reminder, only 2 weeks left in the NFL season. It's absolutely crazy. We had our worst weekend of the season, probably. We've had a really good month run. And then week 16 just didn't treat us very well after with the Niners finishing off by getting routed by the Baltimore Ravens. But we'll have that episode late Wednesday night for the game bets and then late Friday night for the NFL player props, like always. So we're ready to get into that. But before we start anything, let's check out the new Jabbo MVP. There it is, the newest member. Welcome to the club at Ravanth Nederamali. Man, I hope I said that right. We appreciate the support, helping this channel grow. And if you guys want to join, it's only $2.99 a month. You get some perks, prioritized replies, but most importantly, it helps support this channel so we can continue grinding away, continue growing this channel to be as big as we can possibly make it. This community is freaking awesome. Thank you to everyone for the support. Now, before we get into the video, it's Wednesday. It's been a long holiday weekend. Nobody wants to get back to the grind. So how about 5 new dad jokes? That's right. All right, hold on. Let me get my dad face on. Okay, here we go. I don't trust stairs at all anymore. They're always up to something. Great. All right, here we go. This is a good one. My wife agrees with this one. My wife says I'm the cheapest man in the world. I'm not buying it. That's classic. By the way, some of you guys said you use these in your holiday parties. That was awesome. Good to hear. This next one. Today, my son asked me, "Can I have a bookmark?" After all this time, he still doesn't know my name's Steven. Classic. Think about that one. That took me a second. Did you hear about the guy who cut off his entire left side of his body? Don't worry, he's all right now. Beautiful. All right, and the last one. Good way to finish it. When does a normal joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. That's great stuff. Leave a comment below. Let me know your favorite one or just a new one that you picked up maybe over the holiday weekend. But dad jokes are where it's at, guys. They're just great. So, anyways, back to business now. Enough of the joke, enough of the laughing. We got to get some winners. In this video, we're going to recap the last 4 days. That's right, it's been that long. So, we're going to recap that. It is point guard day. Not really. It's actually supposed to be small forward day, but it's been a weird week. I'm going to talk point guards today. If I can later this week, I'll try to give a couple positions to try to catch up. But we're going to talk defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the point guard position. And then it's Wednesday, so it's the G's of threes. We're going to talk hottest shooters in the last 8 games in the NBA from downtown. And then we'll give our best bets and wrap it all up with the bets recap. All right, hit that like button, leave a comment below, help this channel grow, help that algorithm. And let's see if we can get as close as possible to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are very close to 19,000. So thank you guys so much. Happy to be back. Let's get into it. And it starts with the recap. There it is, the huge NBA bets recap from Friday through Tuesday, because that's the last time we went over this. I don't need to go over every game. I will say yesterday, Jabari Smith over 26.5 PRs was an absolute nightmare, as you can see over there on the right. He just didn't come to play. Dominated 3 games and then showed that he's young, and Van Vliet and Sengun didn't really want to share the ball, so he just struggled. But Simon's 25 plus points and Jaw 7 plus assists just got it done thanks to the alt line of Jaw, because he ended with 7. They showed 8 and then they took one away, but that's okay. We still got the winner there. So, but Monday, Christmas Day, was not too shabby. We got a 2-1 day. I really wanted that Doncic triple double to go 3-0 at that big plus 175, but you can't get them all, I guess. The rough day was Saturday. Boncaro, Siakam, 20 plus points each. Boncaro got it easily. Siakam ended with 19 after a slow start, and he fell 1 point short. And then the Bulls minus 4.5, playing the Cavaliers with all their backups, and the Bulls lose at home. Go freaking figure. But Trae Young under was pretty much an easy win. I think he ended up with 30 at the end of it, but he was down there quite a bit most of the game. So, anyways, that's the bet to recap from Friday to Tuesday. All that just so we can go 6-5, and we were up 0.33 units, so practically even, but we won a little bit. It's better than losing. It feels like we've been losing a lot, but We'll take it. Overall record 75 and 61, up 11.29 units. Player props are now 58 and 42, up 14 units, carrying the load for us. So that's the bets recap. Now let's talk some point guards. All right, there it is. The 10 defenses giving up the most points to the point guard position. And just a reminder, this is all within the last 15 days. The Clippers, surprisingly, playing good basketball, playing some good defense, but they are struggling against point guards the last 15 days, giving up 29.64 points per game. That is quite a bit. Pistons, not a surprise. Celtics, a little bit. So you got a couple good teams mixed with some terrible teams up there at the top. And then over there on the right, the man. Unfortunately, he didn't hit a triple double for us yesterday, but Luka Doncic, 38.1 points per game last 15 days, followed by Trae Young, SGA, and Jalen Brunson as the 4 point guards who are averaging over 30 points per game, all the way down to the bottom to our man Anthony Simons of the Blazers, averaging 25.8. So that's the points per game. Take a screenshot, get some winners there. Let's go check out rebounds. The most rebounds given up to point guards, it's the Kings at 7.62, Thunder, Grizzlies, Warriors, Wizards 10, which is a real big bonus for them, and the Pacers at number 7. So they struggle a little bit more against forwards. But point guards, most rebounds per game, of course, it's the man, Luka Doncic, 8.9 per game in the last 15 days. SGA, not too shabby for his size, averaging almost 7 rebounds per game. And Westbrook, even in limited minutes, averaging almost 6.5 rebounds. And our Hall of Famer, the guy we are 6-2 betting on, Kobe White, 6.1 rebounds per game, so on and so on. That's the rebounds. Let's go check out the assists now. The Raptors, Pistons are the only two teams averaging over 11 assists per game to the point guard position. Raptors might be a little bit of a surprise. Pistons, Wizards are never a surprise. Pistons may never win again, honestly. It's just unbelievable. Maybe the worst team in NBA history. And at one point, they were 2-1. And I actually thought they looked pretty decent for a young team, but whatever. It happens, I guess. And then over there on the right, Trae Young. He couldn't let Luka Doncic get the triple crown and leading all categories. Trae Young, 13.3 assists per game. Luka at 11.9. Halliburton, those three are always up there no matter when it is in the season. And then Harden's really been picking it up, averaging almost 10 assists per game. John Morant in only 3 games now, averaging 9 assists. So on and so on. Dinwiddie and then Tyus Jones, who's been playing some good basketball for the Wizards, averaging 7.3 assists per game. That is the point guard position. And now it's time to talk the G's of threes. All right, let's talk the hot shooters from downtown. And just a reminder, it is the 40-40 rule. 40 or more three-point attempts is the minimum, and 40% shooting or better in the last 8 games. Some players have sat out a game or two. If it's been less than 8, I put it on there just so you guys know, to help you guys, do some math, decide how many are they taking a game, because volume is important, obviously. But no Steph Curry here. He is under 40% shooting last 8 games. Klay Thompson, his buddy, though, 37 for 84, 44%. Trae Young up there again. Damian Lillard, no huge surprises. On this page, we got the Bogdanovich brothers. And by the way, they are not brothers at all. It's Bogdan and Bojan, I think. They are spelled differently. So be sure to check that out. One's on the Hawks, one's on the Pistons. Imagine just having the same name and doing the same thing in the NBA pretty much. It's crazy. And then Torian Prince shooting pretty well for the Lakers, as well as Derek White, who's been just a huge part of that team that nobody really talked about before the season. So that's page 1, though. As you can see, the best shooter on this page, percentage-wise, is Duncan Donuts Robinson of the Miami Heat. 31 for 59 at 52.5%, but that is not leading the league. We will get into that here in the next couple pages. So that's page 1. Let's get to page 2 now. And there it is. That is not Kyler Murray at the top. That is Keegan Murray, the second-year pro for Sacramento. Absolutely on fire. 53.7%. But keep an eye on him because he does shoot better at home than on the road. Pretty decent splits there. So just keep that in mind. But that still is not leading it. We'll see on page 3 who that is. But other than that, James Harden shooting the 3 ball well, just playing all around good basketball. I mean, offensively. James Harden doesn't play defense. Other than that, Michael Porter, who is hard to trust, but he's shooting the ball well. And then a lot of people right at that 44, 45% range, like Austin Reeves, Cam Johnson, DiVincenzo shooting 47.8% for the Knicks. Pretty good there. So that is page 2. Take another screenshot. Hopefully it helps you guys get some winners. And then we move on to page 3. And there he is, the last shooter on the board. Barely qualifies, but we count it because it's over 40 field goal or 3-point attempts. Peyton Pritchard of the Boston Celtics shooting 56.1%. I don't even think that's fair, to be honest with you. You got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday, And then you got guys like Kristaps Porzingis, Peyton Pritchard, Derek White. Like, that's just a team, guys. That's just crazy. But then Jalen Brunson, 52.4%, shooting lights out. The help that he had one game where I think he was like 10 of 10. I don't even know, but it was unbelievable. And then a couple surprises. Neesmith for the Pacers, shooting 50% from 3-point range. And then Scotty doesn't know, makes the list barely at 40%, so on and so on. So those are the 3 pages for the G's of threes. Hopefully that helps you, because sometimes riding the hot hand can win you some 3-point props, win you some points props. Maybe notice some volume has gone up for some people and things like that. So that's the G's of threes. And now it's time. Let's talk some best bets. All right, I got 2 best bets for you, and I will probably have an added one later. It will be in the pinned comments below and on X and Discord, but we only have a small slate of games and we got a lot of big injuries, so we only got 2 bets right now. Bet number 1, player prop parlay. Give me Isaiah Hartenstein, 8 plus rebounds, and Kevin Durant, 25 plus points at minus 129 on DraftKings. Yes, this one is juicy. If you want to add something else like a safe one, you could go SGA 25 plus points, or anything else you want to do. But right now, I'm just going to take these two. Hartenstein, 8 plus rebounds. We took him on Christmas Day, so we've been talking about him a little bit, and we cashed on him thanks to the alt line, of course. But this guy's been the starting center for about 3-4 games now, and he's played big minutes in 4 straight games, including 30 plus minutes in all 4 games. In the last 5 games, rebound wise, he has 8, 13, 10, 17, and 10 rebounds. And what I love the most about this is something I talked about on that video for Christmas Day games. He has 20 rebound chances per game in the last 4 games. That is the 5th most rebound chances in the entire NBA. Who would have thought Mr. Isaiah Hartenstein getting freaking 20 rebound chances a game? I'm just asking for 8. 8 out of 20. That's all I need. That's more rebound chances than guys like Joel Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, Domantas Sabonis, and the list goes on and on and on. So now he's facing the Thunder. On the season, the Thunder have given up the 3rd most rebounds to the center position at 16.06 per game. Again, I only need half of that. I think Hardenstein has a chance to grab double-digit rebounds fairly easy in this one. But of course, you know me, I'm going to play it safe. We're going to go 8 rebounds. If you want to go over 9.5 as your alone solo best bet, go for it. That would probably be my pivot if you don't get any alt lines. So let's get Hartenstein 8 plus rebounds, and then we got Kevin Durant 25 plus points. Wow, he didn't play very well on Christmas. I'll tell you that. This to me is just a bounce back game. When you got a future first ballot Hall of Famer in Kevin Durant, and he has a game like he had, he's going to bounce back. He just absolutely has to. I just need 25 plus points. His points line is at 28.5. I just need 25. He has scored 25 or more now in 23 of 25 games. That's right. The one on Christmas Day was one of those 2 games he did not score 25 this year. This Suns team, I've been talking about in the Discord and on these videos, they are struggling mightily, and I mean mightily. There's some frustration going on. Kevin Durant's unhappy with some people, his teammates, and then all of a sudden Kevin Durant didn't play that well on Christmas Day, but they are in desperate need of a win. It's time for the stars to show up, and KD, I expect him to come out and play well. They are playing the Rockets, who are on the second night of a back-to-back, so they're not going to have fresh legs or anything. Rockets are a better defense. They play at a slower pace. If you just look at matchup-wise, it's not ideal. But guys, he scored 25 plus in 23 of 25 games. He is one of those guys that, as you know, I've talked about before, he's matchup proof. It doesn't matter. He's a Hall of Famer. He is scoring in bunches this year, and the Rockets aren't going to throw anybody at him that's just going to shut him down or anything like that. So I expect him to have a big game. Again, the Rockets just played against the Pacers in a high-paced game, gave up 123 points to the Pacers, so it's not like this Rockets team is just a complete shutdown team or anything like that. But give me the Stein and give me KD for the win. All right, the second and final bet takes us out to the nation's capital, the game we've all been waiting for, the Washington Wizards hosting the Toronto Raptors. Raptors minus 6.5, over under 239. Let's just talk briefly about this game. I won't bore you with too many details because nobody gives a flying you-know-what about Raptors at Wizards. Raptors against the spread, 12-16 and 1 ATS, 4-7 and 1 ATS on the road. Wizards, 14 and 15 ATS, including 3 and 8 ATS at home. That is the second worst home ATS record to only the Atlanta Hawks, who are 1 and 11 against the spread at home. And by the way, the Raptors 4-7 and 1 ATS on the road, like I mentioned, that's the number 1 worst road team. I mean, guys, these 2 teams, something has to give, but these 2 teams just don't play very well. 1 on the road, 1 at home. Over under, Raptors 15 and 14 to the over. Wizards 17 and 11 to the over. Let's get into the best bet. You don't care about anything else. And, I'm not picking a side because Lord help me, no way would I pick one. But if I had to, I'd probably go Wizards plus 6.5. Honestly, I don't know why, but I just would. NBA's had some weird things happening, and I'm thinking about doing like a half unit on an underdog money line every single day. Let me know in the comments below if you like that idea. But that we've had a lot of underdog big plus money winners, and I think we need to try to get on top of that. So, anyways, my best bet in this game is the smaller man, Mr. Tyus Jones of the Washington Wizards, over 19.5 points plus assists at minus 120 on DraftKings. Now, he's been on a roll lately in the last 6 games. Here's his points and assists total: 28, 20, 27, 25, 33, and 24. Yes, that's right. He has gone over this total in the last 6 games, every single one of them. He has 24 plus in 5 of the 6, and he's been over this line, this 19.5 PAs, in just points alone in 3 of the last 6. That's how well he is playing right now. And in case you haven't been keeping up with the Joneses, see what I did there? Anyways, let me fill you in. In these last 6 games, he has the eighth most potential assists per game in the entire NBA. That's right, 15.8 per game. And just so you guys have an idea, it's pretty decent if you turn about half of your potential assists into assists. So let's say he has about 16 potential assists. You assume he can maybe get 8. Obviously, that's not the case every game. Things go up and down, but in that 7 to 8 range. So I think that's going to help if he gets 7 or 8, especially because, like I said, he's gone over this in 3 of the last 6 just in points alone. So he's been a very efficient shooter. But he's facing a Raptors team now that has allowed the 7th most assists to the point guard position. They're around middle of the pack for points per game versus the point guard, but they give up on average around 28 PAs. That's points plus assists per game to the point guard position. We just need Tyus to get 20 of those in this game. He's a guy who's been taking good shots and he's efficient when he's shooting. This is what he's done in the last 6 games. He's shooting from the field 45 for 68. That is freaking impressive, including 43% from deep. That's right, three ball range. He's shooting 43%. I believe we saw him on the G's of threes earlier in this video. So it also helps he's the point guard of the fastest paced team in the NBA right now. That's right, the Washington Wizards, the number one fastest team. They score, or at least they're decent at scoring, and then they let the other team score very quickly. I mean, they're very good at that. So I like Tyus Jones to do this for a 7th straight game. If he shoots well, I think he gets close to this total just on points alone. If he has just an average night of shooting, then we hope the assist can carry us over the top. So I think the Raptors defensively will probably be more focused on trying to slow down Kuzma and Jordan Poole, not exactly setting a game plan around just Tyus Jones. So give me Tyus Jones to have a good game and go over 19.5 points plus assists as my second best bet. And let's check out the bets recap. Okay, there it is. Just the 2 best bets right now. Any added plays will be in the pinned comments, and I have an idea that I probably will have a third added bet. Like I said, there's not a lot of props out the night before. Big injuries to big name players, so we'll just wait it out. I don't want to push anything or force any bets on you guys. We can just get one tomorrow morning. So Hartenstein of the Knicks, 8 plus rebounds. Kevin Durant of the Suns, 25 plus points. Put that together, minus 129 on DraftKings. Obviously, if that line moves and gets even more juiced, like I said, just add some sort of safe piece. You guys know how to do it. I've been watching the comments below. You guys have been adding some really good safe parlay pieces and things like that. So that's bet number one, though. Second one, Tyus Jones of the Wizards over 19.5 points plus assists at minus 120 on DraftKings. That is my second and final bet for December 27th. Let's have a good week. Christmas is over. It's time to grind in the final week of the 2023 year. Time is absolutely flying. So, hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.